Hello everyone and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast is part of the Calyces Chronicle series. This audio podcast is part of the MaelZtorm Cortex. This audio podcast is part of the Labanostics analysis. This audio podcast is part of a Storm Robotics production. This audio podcast will have some works or some bases in around the findings and the analysis around literature from peer review works from 2012. So in the analysis of the literature, a critical appraisal skills toolkit was implemented, and using the critical appraisal skills toolkit, papers were initially classified on type of investigation. So, for example, qualitative, quantitative, systematic review, randomized control trial, interventional, cohort studies, case controlled, and sort of diagnostic test studies. And around 337 abstracts went under a 10 question screening process. And the critical appraisal skills toolkit helped analyze in the following. Number one, is the study valid? Number two, what are the results? What are the results? Number three, will the results help locally? Will the results help locally? And the critical appraisal skills toolkit 10 question screening process was designed or is designed to help think about issues systematically. A number of prompts are given after each question, and these are designed to remind why the question is important. So the sort of decisions sort of following the searches, or the decision following the sort of searches from the database, the literature database. So overall, a total of 141 abstracts through the PubMed search database, and 196 through the EBSCO host databases have been sought. After removal of duplicates, 274 abstracts were subjected to inclusion and exclusion criteria as highlighted in table in one of the tables, table 3 in the peer review works, in table 3 in the peer review works. And in synthesis of the 274 abstracts, 63 papers were evaluated, which helped to derive themes. The themes derived included: number one, lack of coping definition in young people; number two, coping strategies in young people with CKD; and number three, barriers to the understanding of coping in young people with CKD. That draws this audio podcast to a close. This audio podcast is part of a Calyces Chronicle. This audio podcast is part of MaelZtorm Cortex. This audio podcast is part of the Labanostic analysis. This audio podcast is part of a Storm Robotics production.